Greetings. The Bible was never meant to be taken literally. However, there were men who realized that if they interpret the Bible literally to the masses, that they would have an edge over them. As a matter of fact, they would have power that they can exercise over them. Could you imagine one having certain knowledge that you are not aware of? Do you know the number they can do on you? Do you know how much they can literally control you? And you would not be able to get out of such a control unless you have some awakening experience, some supernatural experience. Well, such is what would have taken place in my life. Why I know that the Bible was never ever meant to be taken literally. I've come to realize that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. It must be interpreted metaphysically and esoterically. And if you get trapped in the historicity of the characters that you're reading in the Bible, I want you to do something for me. I want you to say yesterday in yesterday. Then I want you to say tomorrow in tomorrow. Because if you've been raised to believe that the Bible is literal and secular history that is pointing to look outwardly, you will definitely disagree with me. But I know you cannot say yesterday in yesterday. And you cannot say tomorrow in tomorrow. You cannot do it. Just to show you that time is not real. So you get trapped in time. They trap you in time. When you are actually a being that doesn't come from time. You are eternal. You are infinite. You are life itself. Life cannot be created or destroyed. So my brothers and my sisters, when you understand that everything must go through a metamorphosis, then you will understand why you must die. Then you will also understand why the mystics wrote the Bible in a way whereby only few will be able to really unfold the mystery. Because, you see, the greatest mystery can never be known intellectually. It can only be known by experience. And when it takes place inwardly. That is why those who never had the experience, they will cry blasphemy. They will say, let stone such a one. And it doesn't mean taking up literal stone and stoning someone. The words that they will speak from their mouth against someone who have divine revelation and divine insight based on the experience that he would have had. So my brothers and my sisters, for hundreds of years, men like myself have come on this planet to teach humanity how to live and to explain the holy writings or the spiritual writings to the masses. Yet, they hold on to their idols. Yet, they choose to be trapped in idolatry. And they believe that intellectual knowing is real knowing, when true and real knowing is experiential. And so, because we all are vibratory being, and everything is based on energy, vibration, and frequency, there are experiences that they will have, but they cannot really explain their experience from a symbolic standpoint. So you find religious people, they get dream about heaven, they get dream about hell, they get all kinds of dreams, but they do not know how to interpret the dreams. I know it. I'm speaking from experience because I was a part of the religious system. Now I can interpret dreams because I know all of the symbology. And most of the time, the thing will come to me intuitively. Okay? So, my brother, my sisters, in short, I'm saying to you that the Bible is actually a book of mind science. And it was never meant to be taken literally. Okay? It is only when you stop taking it literally that you would realize that it is your own thoughts that is creating your reality and creating your personality. And you will understand why it says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Moreover, you will understand why it says you could only be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that you must not be conformed to the world and the system that is set up to keep you blind, to keep you in a dark place, to look on the outside for a Lord and a Savior and a Master, when the saving power is within you. The power to master yourself is within you. Everything is mental, everything is psychological, everything has to first be a thought, it has to first be an idea, it has to first be imagined. And you have to use your thoughts, you have to use your imagination to disagree with me. So even if you have common sense, it will teach you that imagination was before anyone else in this world. It will teach you that. Okay? Because, for example, for you to believe in a Savior of 2,000 years ago, you have to imagine that there was a man. For you to believe anything in the Bible and believe it was literal and you believe it was history, you still have to actually imagine it. Because you wasn't there. You never had no experience of it. And when you experience it, no one can doubt what experience you have, but it is your interpretation of the experience, and your interpretation of the experience was based on what you were taught to believe. Now, as I come to a close here, the first thing you have to accept is the fact that you're born in this world in a state of amnesia, which is a state of forgetfulness, and you do not know who you are, and you're seeking to know who you are. And so, you were given a name by your parents, you were given a religion, you was given a political system, you was given a religious system. Everything that you accept and believe, it was basically given to you, it was handed down to you. You were programmed from a little child to have certain beliefs. But it is time for you to learn to think for yourself. For example, if you have any common sense at all, you would realize that without the sun in the sky, which is the light, without the sun there's no life and there's no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. So you've been taking a personification of a person, thinking of a man 2,000 years ago with special powers. No, all the power is within you. And not until you learn to believe in yourself, love yourself, and embrace yourself, and understand the message of self-realization to be the only religion there is in this world. Self-realization. Unless you are willing to accept that, you'll all be trapped in a denomination, which is an organized religion. So don't fool yourself and think you're not a part of an organized religion when you still believe that the Bible is literal and secular history, and still believe that there was a man 2,000 years ago and that there was a woman who opened her leg 2,000 years ago named Mary and bring a child into this world. I can speak about that because I would have given birth from my skull. That's why I wrote a book called The Secret Vagina, Mystery of the Virgin Birth. Plus my other book, Spiritual Recipe for Better Living, and the many other books like How to Turn Water into Wine. Have you ever seen any Christian turn literal water into wine? Because nothing in the Bible is literal. Nothing in the Bible is historical. It's all mental. It's all psychological. Okay? Also, you can get your mood is your fortune. You can get Can't Be Proven Wrong by any Christian. You can get all of my journals. You can get the I Am Bible, which is the 66 books of magic, the Overcomer's Bible, where Jesus have been omitted and there's a blank space for you to write your name, which is I Am. You know everybody's name in this world is I Am, and that is the name of God from generation to generation. Could you ever say I am and not referring to yourself? So, my brother and my sister, I definitely encourage you to check out all of my books, and all of the links are down below. So with that being said, I just want to say peace, love you all, out.